Yes, what's happening, people? And welcome back to GavGoesIn. So yeah, listen, we're gonna carry on. Players of the past. And if you guys hadn't seen my one the other day, obviously it was on El Fenomeno. Ronaldo Nazario de Lima, the real Ronaldo. So yeah, make sure you guys give that one a watch. But we're gonna move on to another Brazilian. It's what for me. And again, one of my favorite ever players, and when you're seeing the likes of, you see a lot of inverted players in terms of right footers on the left footers on the right. For me, Ronaldinho was the pioneer for this, and, I haven't seen possibly a more naturally talented player in terms of doing it consistently on the big stage in Ronaldinho, man. The guy was just an absolute joy to watch, magician with the ball at his feet. And yeah, like some of the goals he scored, the influence he had on football as a whole. If anyone remembers Scorpion football, that was off the back of Ronaldinho. He was a pioneer for the generation, of my generation in a sense, of the FIFA streets and all that kind of stuff as well. And yeah, man, I mean, when Ronaldinho was at his best, like he was literally unplayable. The guy had so many skills like on the pitch. He could do what he wanted, and not to mention as well, he had the strength as well to be able to be that maverick on the pitch and do skills when it wasn't even on, and instrumental in Barcelona's success for many years, under Frank Rijkaard. And yeah, listen, man, one of my favorite ever players to watch, and when we're seeing the likes of Neymar, Neymar obviously has got the confidence and the repertoire of skills, but that's off the back of Ronaldinho, because him watching Ronaldinho throughout the years, this is why you can tell Neymar perfected his game on Ronaldinho. And obviously, people could arguably say Neymar took it to a different level in the sense of just doing it anywhere on the pitch, whereas Ronaldinho done his one in the final third more of the time. But for me, one of the greatest ever players, I'd argue that of anyone. For me, R9 is the best ever striker I've seen. Ronaldinho is up there for me as the greatest ever player, and I think a lot of people might look at longevity. I don't look at longevity. I look at how good was that player, in their prime. And there's no doubting when he was at Barcelona, like he was unplayable. This is a guy that nurtured through Lionel Messi as well. And the one famous comment that I remember from Ronaldinho from an interview, they asked Ronaldinho, how does it feel to be the best player in the world? And Ronaldinho turned around and said, he's not even the best player at Barcelona. And again, he was paying homage to Lionel Messi. And this is why Lionel Messi and him are very close, And for a player like Ronaldinho to have the awareness, yeah, to really not to know how great he is, but to pay homage to a youngster coming through, it just shows you what kind of personality that Ronaldinho was, and it's one of them things for me. He's someone that cannot be forgotten in football because of the legacy that he's left in football, not only for adverts and for, again, five-a-side futsal games, but also for, the joy that he's given to us just in football in general, and as I said, anyone that watched Ronaldinho's career, you will know that what a top player this guy was, So yeah, as I said, man, the skills to match, the strength, again, another big game player. His ball manipulation, spectacular goals, his dribbling, shooting. Again, just like R9, there was no weaknesses. No weaknesses for me. And Ronaldinho didn't sustain the injuries that R9 had. But people might look at the longevity, which I don't really agree with. But yeah, for me, Ronaldinho, man, one of the greatest ever players. Let's go on to the numbers with Ronaldinho. So again, 2 World Player of the Years. And again, just like R9, if you have players like this in this era now, these guys would have won. I can't even think how many numbers they would have won, because they would have won so many between them, because the level that I'm seeing now of football isn't the same level in comparison to these kind of players. And what I would say is for him to have 2 World Player of the Years, you know, and then you're seeing, again, Messi's a top player for me. And Messi's got, what, about 7, I think? And I think Ronaldo might have about 5 or 6. Could be wrong. You know, Ronaldinho's and R9 should have won at least 7 or 8, man, if they were playing in the Messi and Ronaldo era, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo era. But 2 World Player of the Years. Obviously, it was called World Player of the Year before the Ballon d'Or. Ronaldinho, 299 goals in 785 appearances. 33 goals in 97 appearances for Brazil. Now, again, the reason I'm bringing up the numbers, because stats for me have ruined the game. And I'm someone that don't really care about GA, you know. And if you're looking at the likes of R9 and Ronaldinho's GA, you know, in this era of football, they'll probably be getting criticised because they're not getting the kind of GA that the likes of a Haaland, the likes of a Bruno, and players like that, Mo Salah, that these guys are getting. But there's no one that can tell me that any of them players are anywhere near a Ronaldinho or an R9. So I'm just bringing up the numbers to show you guys that football's not about numbers. If you just watch these guys play, yeah, you will just know what top players that these guys are, you know. And as I said, let's go through the numbers for club-wise. So 94 goals in 207 appearances for Barcelona. Obviously, where he started his career at Gremio, 58 goals in 115 appearances. Flamengo, 28 goals in 72 appearances. Atletico Mineiro, obviously teams back in Brazil, 27 goals and 85 appearances. AC Milan, 26 goals in 95 appearances. PSG, where he kind of went on the map as well, 25 goals and 77 appearances. And then there's other teams, obviously back in Fluminense, where I think, you know, he was obviously hanging up his boots. No goals in 9 appearances. And then a team called Querazano, 8 goals in 29 appearances. Major honours, so 1 World Cup, 1 Copa America, 1 FIFA Confederations Cup, 1 Champions League, which is surprising, 1 Copa Libertadores, 2 La Ligas for Barcelona, 1 Serie A, 1 Copa Sudamericana, 2 Spanish Super Cups, 1 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, 2 Brazilian Cups. And again, for me, a player like that should be winning a hell of a lot more, you know, to have 1 Champions League, you know, and you would say 2 La Ligas, you know, is surprising, but competition back then was fierce because Real Madrid did have some serious players there as well. But again, the numbers for Ronaldinho, you could probably argue and say he could have been a lot better. But just watching this guy play, it was a joy to watch, man. And I've not seen no one bar probably Neymar that just gets you off of your feet. I'd put Eden Hazard in there as well, actually. I think Hazard, Neymar and Ronaldinho for me, in terms of attackers that play from the left, these guys just got you off your feet, you know, and these are the kind of guys that you pay to go and watch, you know. But all 3 of them kind of done it in a different way, you know. Ronaldinho had the physicality to do what he did and do it, you know, with nonchalant, really. Neymar was, you know, not physically developed like a Ronaldinho, but Neymar just had the confidence, you know, and the willpower, you would say, to just do it anywhere on the pitch, you know. And then Eden Hazard was, you know, low centre of gravity, you know, big, strong legs, and done it in the Premier League where, you know, you're always having to ride challenges. And it's a different kind of thing to what Neymar and Ronaldinho done playing in Spain, respectively, you know, and obviously in France as well. So, yeah, what I would say, man, and again, Neymar's followed the Ronaldinho path. You know, both played for Barcelona, both played for PSG. And what I would say about Neymar, the fact that Neymar never won a Ballon d'Or is not because Neymar wasn't good enough. It's because he was in an era of Messi and Ronaldo where those 2 dominated it because it was more about PR and numbers, you know. But Neymar should have definitely won a Ballon d'Or, no doubt. I think anyone that knows football would definitely see that Neymar should have won a Ballon d'Or. But again, Ronaldinho, the pioneer for so many players. Again, someone that I've followed his whole career and someone that, you know, even as I've got older, you know, it's part of my play. I try to emulate things of what Ronaldinho done. Even though I am left-footed, there is certain things that I try to put into my game, or try to put into my game to try and emulate kind of the things that Ronaldinho did. And again, these are the kind of players that I look up to, the R9s, the Ronaldinhos. So, yeah, listen, guys, let me know what you think of Ronaldinho, because for me, the greatest magician of all time, you know, definitely the best player, one of the best players in the world. He's in my top 3 with R9 and Messi. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that, you know, there's other players that deserve to be ahead of him, and let me know why. And let me know as well, guys, who do you prefer, Ronaldinho or Neymar? You know, let me know what you think. And as I said, as always, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel as well. And let me know if there's any other players that you guys would like me to speak about. So I've got a long list that I'm going to work through. So obviously some of the players that you might mention might already be on there. But yeah, let me know what you think if there's any other players. And as always, make sure you're sharing this as well. And yeah, just give me your questions, give me your comments, and let me know what you think. But big up yourselves. Smash the like button, sub to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Take it easy.